All right. Rouse with a destination, everyone. As always, I hope everybody woke up in prayer or moving in prayer today, and you're out here being safe, productive, and profitable on these roads and doing your business day. All right, so what you're looking at here is a new owner-operator patience chart. If you notice, I have specified with authority. The reason I've done that is because coming into this game, that's, you come into this game for your independence, for your freedom, and there's no other way to get that without having your own authority. In my opinion, I'm pretty sure you can move around without an authority and go knock on doors on your own and probably get some business locally, and that's great. But I don't know of any ironclad business, real corporation that's gonna sit there and do business with somebody that isn't even insured on the proper levels to cover the freight or materials that you may be required to ship. It wouldn't make any sense. So anyway, this chart was based on just information I've gathered, stories, good and bad or indifferent, that I've heard over the years, watching the frustrations and the irritations of others, and myself included, throughout this business, but then also realizing a lot of it just boils down to patience, expectations versus your tolerance, your patient level, right? Your patience level, right? And basically, I just kind of broke it down like this. If you have an authority, during that 0 to 3 month period, and these are worst case scenarios. This is how I look at it. Worst case scenario, you should be, it should probably take you like 2 days to probably book a load, 0 to 3 months. Why? Because your MC is pretty new. There's slim pickings out here as far as shippers and brokers that'll offer you a carrier packet during that time frame. They do exist, but it's slim pickings. Normally it's at the 3 month mark where you start to see a level of comfort. Well, I'll say where I started to see a level of comfort, things kind of just were more consistent as far as booking loads. So 0 to 3 months, it should take 48 hours. So with that, I would recommend a number of things that you can do to generate income. Well, I'll say finding, I'm not going to go into the list right now, finding a number of other things you can do with your vehicle to generate income. 3 to 6 months should take you 36 hours. You know what I mean? No more than 36 hours to book yourself a load. That's still more than a day. So you really have to wrap your head around the idea of sitting on a load board and just bidding all day, sending emails all day. Think about, just do it for a minute. Go to your phone and see how long it takes you to send an email. Then mind you, you're sending the same email every day, but you're just changing the price. You know what I mean? Once you type it up and you kind of save that template, you're pretty much sending the same thing every day. You're just changing the number, your bid number, your miles out, and your transit time. You're changing 3 things on that email. So imagine being able to send one of those emails. How many times you can send one of those emails in a day? That's how many emails you'll potentially send in those 36 hours. That's a lot of damn emails, right? But that's the type of patience you gotta have. If you don't have it, you can stop listening to the video now. Just go back to work. Go back to your 9 to 5. Please do us all a favor and do that. I'm pausing right now because I want you to think about it. I really want you to consider it. Because if you're not built for this, I don't want you wasting your time listening to the rest of this. We still got 3 more levels to go through. All right. So 6 to 9 months for everybody that's still here with us, that's decided that this is not for them, went on and quit already. 6 to 9 months, you should be willing to wait 24 hours. 24 hours. Loads drop all day. But they're really heavy between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Some trickle in around 6:30 a.m. and some from the hours of 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. You start to see it they start pushing out orders for the next day. But at 6 p.m. the majority of your warehouses, a lot of warehouses, I'm not gonna say the majority, I haven't done a worldwide count or poll, but a lot of your warehouses close at some point, and you know, or they may be 24 hours, but overnight you don't get a lot of orders, you know, because the places that they're ordering from might not be 24, that are ordering from them may not be 24-hour operations, right? So within 24 hours, you should be able to get a load. And that's going from 6:30 in the morning start to 6:30 in the morning end the next day. Or 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. Whatever time you get up, 24 hours, 6 to 9 months, should have the patience. Your patience level should be at the expectation of it taking 24 hours for you to book a load. Okay? 9 to 12 months, 18 hours to book a load. 18 hours. So that's, mind you, that's a whole load board day. I consider a load board day 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. So mind you, so that means you should be willing to stay up to at least midnight. If you got on that load board 6:30 a.m., then you should be able to stay on that load board to a little after midnight trying to book a load. And that means you'll probably see less and less, like I said in the previous category, 6 to 9 months. You'll see less and less loads in the middle of the night. But listen, are you trying to do this thing or not? Are you trying to do this thing or not? And then 12 plus months, you should better get one every day. I say every day because from 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., that's 11 hours. We usually call it 12 hours. You should better book a load each day on a load board for yourself at least. You know, for yourself at least. Every day. Now, mind you, through all of these categories, through all these different levels, expectations, patience levels, whatever you want to call it, you should be doing other things to generate income that will make this tolerable. You know, I couldn't imagine from anywhere from my zero from day one all the way up to day 365 if I was just literally sitting on the load board. Me myself, I do not have that level of patience. Well, two reasons. My bills don't either. You know, so to hell with me. You know, my bills don't. You know, and I don't think my family's stomach can go for so long, you know, hungry. You know, so you should be smart enough to apply yourself, or motivated enough to apply yourself to do other things to, you know, supplement income and find other revenue streams to utilize your vehicle for, with, or you know, and so that way, this doesn't seem as extreme as I'm making it, right? So that's it. This is how this is how I look at it. You know, this is the type of patience expectancy you should have with the load boards, the business. I'll put it like that, right? Now, for those ladies and gentlemen who do not have their own authority, I can't speak to that, but it really pains me to hear drivers say, not just say, but to hear drivers say, accept, and become comfortable with the fact that they may sit in Texas for 3 days, they may sit in Florida for 3 to 4 days, they may sit in South Carolina for 3 to 4 days, like, and what are you doing while you're there? You know, because think about it, if you're not home, you're not really prompted or motivated to get out and start knocking door to door, right? Because you're not home. It doesn't even benefit you to find local business in those areas if that's not where you're from. So you're literally just sitting in your vehicle. That's insanity. It really is. And I feel sorry for the wife or husband that's home listening to you complain about this, who may still have a 9 to 5, and God forbid what you're doing is the only revenue stream or only income that's coming into your house. I pray for you. That is not a joke. That is not sarcasm. That is not anything like that. I truly pray for you. I pray for drivers every day. You know, pretty much every day. You know, so you know, get your own authority. Take control of your life. Grab the bull by the horns. Get in the driver's seat. All those other little cliche sayings. Do that. You know what I mean? And then you can have some level of expectation as it pertains to how often you should be getting booked, because now you're in control. Now you can gauge your efforts, honestly. You can gauge your own efforts. just by coming to this chart and saying, okay, I should be able to get a load within these time frames during this time period in my journey as an owner operator with authority. And so mind you, also to the people without their authority, think about it. Apply this to your courier company. If you signed on to a courier or something, with dispatcher or whomever, they should probably be able to hit these time frames as well. Now, mind you, I'll also say this though. They're not you, so they can build a rapport with a business, but since they don't actually do the work, you know, I would apply the same time frames. You know, if you've been in business for 9 months, but you just signed on to a courier, then you fall into the 0 to 3 month range. That's how I look at it. You know, that's how I look at it. You're new with them. They gotta kind of get you out here, get you running, and get your name viewed in a positive light, because you're the driver. So these companies, they'll always get the driver's information. They'll know the driver. They'll know who the driver is. You know, so the same thing applies under a courier. From the, I don't care if you could have been in the business for 10 years. Once you go sign on to a courier, there you go. This is your patience expectancy chart. Yeah, that's what you have. This is what you have in front of you right now. And that's the level of patience you should have with your courier company. That's all I look at. Or dispatcher. Because they got to build a rapport through your name at that point. Yes, they're booking the loads and all that, but you're still the driver. You're the one that actively has to pick up, secure, take care of, and deliver on time this company's freight. So once they start to realize that that Joseph McAfee, you know, is doing good work, is getting the loads done, dropped off, and on time, and securing it appropriately in the pictures, and has legible handwriting and gets all the proper signatures, then Joseph McAfee becomes a prioritized driver, you know, with that company, not just able-bodied dispatcher. Like, nah, like they might request Joseph because Joseph did a great run last time. You know, so your name is still your name. All right. So I hope you got some good pointers out of this. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. You know, I hope it eases your mind a little bit and helps you out. All right? Everybody have a blessed day. As always, rise with a destination. Salute.